Their business acumen has led them to dominate the beauty industry, chocolates, and even minerals. The richest woman in the world 2023. Number 10. Abigail Johnson. With $22.6 billion in assets, Abigail is a tenacious, self-confident, and, above all, successful woman. Since 2014, she's been president and CEO of the investment firm Fidelity Investments, an asset management and pension fund company founded by her grandfather Edward C. Johnson II. Abigail has proven to be a strong businesswoman, and I say that not only because of her ability to lead this firm, but because years ago, eager for change in the business and in the face of disagreements over business decisions, she was able to lead a vote to oust her father as CEO. Now, Abigail has cut costs, replaced underperforming bosses, and even invested in businesses her father resisted. The company successfully manages assets of about $4.2 trillion. So, would you say anyone can betray anyone, or do you think that in business, anything goes? Number 9. Iris Fontbana. Here's the richest woman in Latin America. This is thanks to what she inherited after her husband, Andronico Lucic, died of cancer in 2005. Now, Iris is a businesswoman with shares in the media and owner of Antofagasta plc, a Chilean conglomerate that is publicly traded, does business in banking, manufacturing, and also controls Compañía de Cervecerías Unidas, Chile's largest brewery. She and her sons own at least 4 copper mines in that country. With all this, Fontbana was able to grow her family business and turn its activities into the most successful in the region. No wonder her net worth is around $23.2 billion. Iris Fontbana likes to keep a low profile and doesn't give interviews, but she receives a lot of media attention during the annual Chilean charity event for the large donations she makes. Number 8. McKenzie Scott. Recently divorced for the second time, McKenzie Scott is still on the lists of the richest and most influential people. As you know, in 2019, she received a 25% stake in Amazon, and her current net worth is valued at $25.8 billion. However, she doesn't stand out for her possessions or leading a life full of luxuries, since McKenzie is a great philanthropist, and although she tries to keep it all a secret, we know that her donations until November 2022 reach at least $14.4 billion to some 1,600 nonprofit organizations. Another aspect that stands out about her is her great gift of writing. As she mentions herself, McKenzie began writing at the age of 6 when she wrote The Bookworm. Unfortunately, it was destroyed in a flood. So far, Scott has published 2 novels, one of which is The Testing of Luther Albright, which was called a rarity, a sophisticated novel that breaks and swells the heart, and won an American Book Award. Number 7. Suzanne Cohen. Surely you remember her for the big scandal she was the victim of a blackmailer who threatened to expose her intimate pictures if she didn't pay him $56 million. But this MBA economist has more to tell than just scandals. She owns about 19% of BMW, and her great business skills also led her to transform Altana AG, inherited from her grandfather, into a world-class specialty pharmaceutical corporation. The company now makes over $2.5 billion in annual sales. Her keen nose for business is undisputed. Suzanne also stakes in Entrust, which specializes in digital identity and data security, and in carbon and graphite producer SGL Group. To date, she's achieved a net worth of $27.4 billion. Number 6. Gina Rinehart. Australia and its mineral wealth are here in this top, and yes, Gina Rinehart knew how to make the most of iron ore mining, or rather, her father Lang Hancock, from whom she inherited the executive presidency of Hancock Prospecting, a mineral exploration and extraction company. However, don't think that just because she inherited the company, the road was easy for Gina. Quite the opposite. She had to rebuild the company, which was practically bankrupt. She succeeded in the end because she turned the company into one of the largest mining companies in the world. Hancock's biggest asset is the Roy Hill mining project, which started shipping to Asia in 2015. As Gina wanted to continue the streak of success, she also bet on livestock farming. Today, she ranks second in livestock production in Australia and has achieved a net worth of $29.4 billion, an amount she doesn't hesitate to share. At a Christmas gathering and to celebrate her 69th birthday, the billionaire held a raffle among her employees in which she ended up giving away 10 prizes of $100,000. Unbelievable. Number 5. Miriam Adon. This Israeli-American woman is a physician by profession and is currently the editor of the Israel Hayom newspaper, but she didn't gain her millions with that. After the death of her husband, Sheldon Adelson, in 2021, she obtained almost 50% of the Las Vegas Sands Casino Company, the world's largest casino operator. And now that she's raised a net worth of $35.5 billion, Adelson is leading an initiative to boost gambling in Texas. Are you for or against this cause? Well, what is admirable is that, due to her spirit of service and helping others, Miriam has received several recognitions, such as the Woodrow Wilson Award for Corporate Citizenship or the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2018. She even lent her private jet to pick up from Turkey the Israeli rescue team that has traveled to help with rescues after the devastating earthquakes in February 2023. Wow, now that's selflessness. Number 4. Jacqueline Mars. Milky Way, M&M's, Skittles, Snickers, and Twix. Yes, Jacqueline Mars profits from the sales of all these products. She owns 33% of Mars Inc., the world's largest candy manufacturer, which she inherited from her grandfather. Thanks to this, Mars has a fortune of $38.3 billion. And although she's always tried to keep a low profile, her name has made some headlines. In 2007, Mars was criticized by PETA for funding laboratory experiments on rodents that the company says were legally requested to do research with cocoa flavonoids to show that it improves memory and the formation of new blood vessels. In 2017, it was discovered that a large amount of the cocoa used in chocolate produced by Mars was illegally grown in national parks and other protected areas in Ivory Coast and Ghana. Finally, in 2021, the company was named in a class action lawsuit filed by 8 former child slaves from Mali, who alleged that the company contributed to their enslavement on cocoa plantations in Ivory Coast. However, the allegations were dismissed. Number 3. Alice Walton. One of the heirs to the Walmart fortune. After her father's death, Alice obtained a 13% stake in this multinational retailer. And although she has a net worth of $57.9 billion as a result, she doesn't seem to be as dedicated to working for Walmart as her brothers, Rob and Jim. Instead, she's focused on curating artwork and is one of the world's greatest art collectors. She's acquired works by major artists such as Andy Warhol, Norman Rockwell, and Mark Rothko. In addition to her passion for art, Alice has contributed to many projects aimed at bringing art and education to underprivileged children and youth. Number 2. Julia Cook. While the other members of this top preferred to remain anonymous, Julia Cook knew how to make the most of social relationships. She was a model, assistant to fashion designer Adolfo Faustino Sardinia, and at the age of 27, she met David Cook, her future husband, from whom she'd inherit 42% of Cook Industries, a multinational conglomerate that includes from cloud computing companies to subsidiaries linked to oil refining and distribution. But the activity that consecrated her as a socialite has been her important donations to institutions such as the Lincoln Center, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History. In addition, she donated millions of dollars to cancer research. Now, due to the rising price of oil, Julia is sure to move up to the top spot in the next year. For now, her net worth is $59 billion. Number 1. Francoise Beton Myers. Granddaughter of Eugene Schuler, the founder of the cosmetics company L'Oreal, synonymous with beauty and glamour. Nothing could be further from what Francoise likes. She enjoys the intellectual, writing, and has several books to her name. In 2017, with the death of her mother Lillian Bettencourt, then the richest woman in the world, Francoise inherited her shares in L'Oreal. And since what is inherited is not stolen, Francoise not only automatically got her mother's title, but also tens of billions in valuable assets such as a luxurious mansion in a Paris suburb and a house in Brittany overlooking the coast. Now her wealth is estimated to be about $81.6 billion. Well, with that amount, she can sit at home playing the piano. This is not just a sarcastic comment. Many of those close to her say that she can spend many hours at the piano, is very closed off, and lives like in her own cocoon. What did you think of this display of feminine power? Don't leave without liking the video and subscribing to my channel. If you want more content like this, here are some more options.